Hey all, how are you? Jackson M. Haskell back in. Welcome back. Sorry for not a lot of videos lately, it's just been tough with COVID. So this video I'll be talking about some differences between Jurassic Park books, mostly the first one, because the first one's so good, and the movies. So, the books were created by Michael Crichton. There was only two of them. So you got Jurassic Park, the first one, which is based later on by the movie, and then you got The Lost World, which is a sequel, but yeah, one takes place in Isla Nublar, which is a book, Jurassic Park. Other one takes place in Sorna, which is The Lost World. One thing I really find particular, you would kind of notice, is characters change a lot. Like, for example, Hammond in the book is a lot more greedy. He cares about more profits than over people, which is really interesting because that's kind of exact opposite in the book. He's like more positive, while all the negative traits it seems go to Gennaro, who, yeah. Another thing a lot of major characters survive. You, like, in the movie, for example, Robert Muldoon dies by the big raptor, big one, that's his name. But he actually survives in the book. He survives in the book. And I think the other big surprising thing was Gennaro. He also survives in the book. Like, in the movie he dies getting killed by Rexy, like, near the vehicles in the bathrooms. It's kind of like iconic scene. But some major characters do die, which you don't see in the books, which you don't see in the movies. John Hammond, he dies by compies, which are major players in the first book especially, which I'll talk about. And Henry Wu dies, and I remember he gets killed by raptors in the Safari Lodge. So, some plot differences. In the book, they have this river scene. So if you've been to Island Adventure in Orlando or Universal Hollywood, they have this Jurassic Park river ride, kind of based off that. So, like, they go on a raft, they go by a sleeping TRex on the water. Yeah. And they also, in the book, they mentioned in the movie, they have like an aviary, which was kind of featured in Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, which is cool. They got Safari Lodge, which is not featured in the movie, but it's kind of hinted also. But I think the most interesting thing for me is the dinosaurs. We learn a lot more about them in the book. Like, for example, one of the first really kind of scary scenes takes place in Costa Rica at the beginning of the book. We have this girl who gets attacked by these lizards, which we later on confirmed are compies. Uncomp compies, because they're just easier. They have poison in the books, like King Cobra poison, but we don't really talk about that in the movies, so kind of really interesting. But they're biting little kids on Costa Rica, and that, and they escaped from the island because they were so small. Like, they went for the river because they can go for electric fences easier. But we really see a lot more T-Rex. We see more Triceratops. We learn more about the island, which I think is, like, we know there's 5 islands in the books. We don't really mention that as much in the movies. They don't mention the beginning scene in the book, which I think is kind of important because it gives you detail. Because in the movie, they start off with Joffrey getting killed by the big one. But I think I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite books, and I think if you like the movie, I would suggest you see the books, because in my opinion the books are a lot better. They explain a lot more. But in the sequel, you still got Malcolm going across, if I remember correctly. But you also learn more about Lewis Dodgson, who in the movie was like a Biosyn. He works for Biosyn, and that's a guy who paid Nedry to try to get the embryos off the island, but that failed. But I think he's a major player in the second book. You don't really see him after the first movie. But the good thing about what we fixed it in Jurassic World Dominion, Dodgson will be in it again, which is kind of cool after over 30 years now since Jurassic Park came out. Yeah, 20 years, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think of Jurassic Park book. Hopefully, next week I'm gonna make a video talking about my favorite dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. And one of my favorites, fun fact, is the Dilophosaurus, or the Dilopho, I call it. So I am horrible at pronouncing names, but that's the dinosaur that spits on Nedry and kills them, eats them, and Jeep. So thank you guys. Have a great one. Jackson M. Haskell back again, and talking about differences between the Jurassic Park movie, book, and its sequels. Thank you guys, and have a great day. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July and have a rest of a great weekend. Thank you.